Bienvenidos a todos. I am Timo El Tejano. Thank you so much for joining me. We are listening this morning, and it is a beautiful Monday morning here on the Texas Plains, listening to Jason Isbell. Jason started his career kind of sort of with the group called the Drive-By Truckers. When you go on Wikipedia, it says 2001, but I remember seeing a documentary and his mom talking, and he was much sooner than that out on the road. I think by 16 or 17, she was really concerned about him and that whole lifestyle with good cause too. And I know that by the time he was 18, he was already writing songs for them and with them. So you can't always believe everything you read on Wikipedia. Um, but Jason has had a well documented, amazing career. He's a tremendous guitar player, and probably one of the best songwriters uh, out going now. You know, a lot of people have covered his songs. He covers his songs nicely. But this one is one of my favorites. It's called Speed Trap Town. If you're from a really small town, which I am originally from, I grew up in a town with about 1,000 people. Doesn't get much smaller than that. We had one blinking light in the center of town where two highways met. And that's the only reason we had a blinking light was because two little teeny tiny highways met right there. K through 12 was all in one building. And I mean, you actually knew everybody in town. So those of us who grew up in these kind of towns, know really well what a speed trap town is. When you come into town and the speed limit drops from 65 to 45 in about 5 feet, you're in a speed trap town, and you best obey the speed limit real strictly, because on either side of those little towns and those couple hundred yards, there's usually some manner of law enforcement on one side and the other checking traffic in and out of town. And that's how they make a lot of their revenue, through these wonderful tickets. So that's what this song is about. It has one of the most interesting guitar solos in it for the bridge. Have you ever heard a guitar solo that would make you cry? This one does. It's just the melancholy of it. It's tremendous, the weight of it. Anyways, please give it a listen, like and subscribe if you would. Drop me a comment to let me know where you're listening from. Greatly appreciate it. And let's listen to Jason.
Said it's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. I dropped a dozen cheap roses in my shopping cart. Made it out to the truck without breaking down. Everybody knows you in a speed trap town. Well, it's a Thursday night, but there's a high school game. Sneak a bottle off the bleachers and forget my name. These 5'8" bastards run a shallow cross. It's a boy's last dream and a man's first loss.
All right. Sorry to interrupt so soon, but better sooner than later on this, because you're going to want to listen to it all the way through, and I don't want to interrupt it again. So this will be our one little break, I think. But give it a listen. You know, just the writing already tells you a lot about it, doesn't it? So let's continue listening to Jason singing to us about Speed Trap Town.
And it never did occur to me to leave till tonight. And there's no one left to ask if I'm alright. I'll sleep until I'm straight enough to drive, then decide if there's anything that can't be left behind. The doctor said Daddy wouldn't make it a year, but the holidays are over and he's still here. How long can they keep you in the ICU? Veins through the skin like a faded tattoo. Was a tough state trooper till a decade back, when that girl, it wasn't mama, caused his heart attack. He didn't care about us when he was walking walking around, just pulling women over in a speed trap town. But it never did occur to me, Lee, till tonight, when I realized he'll never be alright. Sign my name and say my last goodbye, then decide that there's nothing here that can't be left behind. The road got blurry when the sun came on, so I slept a couple hours in the pickup truck. Drank a cup of coffee by an Indian man, 1,000 miles away from that speed trap. 1,000 miles away from that speed trap town.
Thank you, Jason. It's interesting the things that he said about living and growing up in this speed trap town. Like, it never did occur to me to leave till tonight. Living in a speed trap town, growing up there, for some of us, it's like being trapped in an abusive relationship. I hate to draw that analogy, but it is, in a sense. There's fear that keeps you there, fear that keeps you from going. Now, unfortunately, I was not one of those people, but I do see it in a lot of people that grew up in the town that I grew up in, that are still there for no other reason than that's just what they know. Now, me, I couldn't wait to get the hell out of Dodge, and I did as soon as possible. Um, didn't fit. Didn't fit. That was not my crowd. Nothing personal against the people that lived there, but they tend to be small-minded. If you don't fit exactly in this box, then you don't belong, and they make sure you understand that you don't belong, especially in Texas. Sorry, y'all, it's true. Anyways, so Jason seemed to understand that whole dynamic and the difficulty of leaving, making that decision to go, the fear that's involved with it. It's the unknown. This is what you're used to, and unfortunately, the world out there is big, and it's kind of scary. You might fall on your ass. You might not also, but it's that fear that keeps people locked into those types of places sometimes. I guess fear is what either motivates us or keeps us from being motivated sometimes too, doesn't it, everybody? Anyways, I thought it's a tremendously well-written song, well executed, and that guitar solo in the center, it breaks my heart every time I listen to it. I get a little teary-eyed. So I hope you enjoyed the song. Please stop by and join me again soon, and we will definitely do some more Jason Isbell on this channel. So everybody have a blessed day.